Hey Throwing Stones fans, unfortunately we weren't able to do any live shows this season, which we're all really bummed about.
Indeed.
So we thought we would do some fun videos where we could, where you guys could ask questions and we could just talk a bit about the episodes. So first we'll introduce ourselves. I'm Rebekah Kennedy and I play Chrissy Holden.
I'm Chad Cox, Mr. Beckett.
I'm Cherami, Leigh, and I play Robin.
So now we'll just take a minute to talk about what you guys seen so far. You've seen 3 episodes, so we can kind of recap and talk a little bit about what's been going on.
Yeah. No, so episode 1 picked right up where we left off after season 1. Yeah, where you guys are in the elevator.
Yes. And you're officially on a bloody rampage now.
Right.
Like officially, like we can see it.
So finally Beckett, is revealing himself. So, but yeah, funny story about the elevator, right? With they kept hitting the
oh
police
my
call
gosh.
button.
Yeah. So the police, and we're screaming. We're like,
Yeah.
hit the button, he's coming. And we hear the operator, and she's like, is there a problem? Please let me know. Do we need to come get you? Do you need some assistance? And we couldn't hear anything. We were yelling so loud. So then when they'd say cut, she's like, I really need an answer from somebody. What is going on?
And if Tom, you're watching this, I think it was you.
It was you.
And it happened twice, I think, right?
Yeah, it did. Well, it happened once when we were shooting the first season.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm a lot more.
Yeah, and I don't even think the elevator works, so I'm not really sure.
That scene was really hard for, I think, the group of us to focus that were in the elevator, because that was the only scene that we all had together. So we were like, guys, it's so good to see you. Be scared.
Yeah.
And they were like, guys, stop laughing. Please, bring the focus back. Right. That was a hard one for us.
Yeah. And who died?
Spencer. Oh, wait, what's his character's name? I forgot. Asher. Spencer's okay. He's
Spencer's
still
alive, kicking, doing great.
Alive.
We love him.
But Asher is dead, so he was the first victim.
Asher got his
die.
And Dontrell got his head a little, his cranium cracked, I guess.
Yeah, so you guys run off, and you're in a room with
Yes,
Tom.
we have run, meanwhile,
little people ran fast.
Right, me. The little people, they do run fast.
You were booking it.
I know. She left the other way. Me and Tad,
track star.
Me and Tad have gone off into a classroom, and we are. I come up with this brilliant plan to hide in the ceiling.
It is brilliant.
Which you have not seen us since, so maybe you'll find out what's happened to us in the next few.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
and it's gonna be good.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Dontrell and I are in the gym with
Cherami.
Well, I met up with Glover. Played by Brian Massey, who scared me.
He maces her.
Yeah, he maces me. And then I get brought into the gym and
tortured.
And tortured.
Mentally.
I got some bruised knees. I had to go
Yeah.
to an audition the next day and it was a callback and I wore a skirt to the first audition. So I have I'm putting concealer on my knees so it doesn't look like somebody took a baseball bat to my kneecaps.
It's a good story. It's
was
a good,
good.
conversation starter.
Yeah.
And also we found out that Stacy is dead.
Yeah, well, for sure we found out that she's dead. And apparently Massey's character, Glover, still wanted her to be his date for the game.
And now he's dead too.
Yes, now he is dead.
We have had, that's 4 victims?
Yes.
Right.
And Dontrell was hung.
Yes.
We forgot about that. And now Robin, my character, is handcuffed to dead Stacy, which it was cold in the gym. She was freezing, so she really did feel like ice. It was gross.
So that's where we left off.
I mean, not saying Kayla's gross. Kayla's stunning and wonderful, but blood on the hands, it was a little much.
And Kayla did an excellent job, I must say.
She did. I don't, I'm watching it going, he shoves her down to the ground to go run and catch me, and, Kayla just, fell. I'm like, wow,
Brian,
Kayla.
too, was really good at being
His death is terrifying. There's, a little tear, right here. I'm like, oh.
I told him, too, because then we kept shooting, and he was from different angles, and he was dead. And
he
I
stayed
literally
dead.
forgot that it was a person. I was thinking it was just this prop.
Yeah. And his eyes open, too.
Yeah, the whole time.
Really creepy.
And he didn't. Well, it was scary when we did the scene with Dontrell hanging, because we did one take. They wanted to see how long he could hang.
Yeah.
And
they had a signal where if he started...
if his hands came up like this, that he really couldn't handle it anymore and he needed to get down. we did a pretty good chunk of the scene, and we forgot that, like, there was somebody standing by, and all of a sudden you see Lynn do this, and it didn't look like he moved at all. But they were like, get him down, get him down! It was the most terrifying thing that we shot that day, because everybody rushed to Lynn.
Yeah, like 10 people, just, you hear their footsteps just right across the
and they're screaming, get him, hurry! And we were like, oh my gosh, what happened? But he said, I mean, I wish he was here to be able to say it, but, like, he's such a trooper. Like, he said he felt his feet.
Further away from me.
I know. I'm, like, thinking. He said his feet started getting numb, and then it moved up to his legs. And then he was like, I can still handle it. I'm not really bad. And he said he literally felt the air, like, slowly. And when it came up to, like, his chest, he was like, ugh, I can't do it. Because he said he couldn't feel anything anymore. It was, like, so scary.
Lynn,
you're a rock star.
I'm glad you survived that.
I know. No
I
kidding.
mean, as the actor.
not as a character.
Yeah.
He definitely did not. I think Robin feels really, really guilty about that. Well, that's not her fault.
Well, you were only a better basketball player.
Hey, did you see? Oh, actually, out of the times that we shot the basket, there was like, they had me just do shoots.
Yeah.
And I was like, free throw, all this stuff. Like 4 times it like made it in. It was like, yes!
No! The credits roll. You know.
Yeah, exactly. And done. I think that one time that happened, I was like, was it actually on the basket? Did we catch that? Can we go?
Swish.
What's happening? So it was funny.
Cool.
Well, sweet. So that's what's happened in the first 3 episodes. And number 4 comes out on Tuesday, and you don't want to miss it.
Yeah.
So
that's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Now I guess we can move on to some questions from you fans out there. The first one is to all of us from Marco. He says, so I'm a stoner. That's right. I love the horror episodes you design, and I have one question. The start of the new season is exciting and scary. The horror expressions you guys act out are very realistic and awesome.
Sweet.
Before shooting a new Throwing Stones episode, what do you actors do to prepare for the filming mental-wise in order to reach that height that makes it look that realistic? Can't wait to see what's next. Take care. So who wants to start?
Why you? Since so far we've seen you go crazy.
So far I've just been hiding, but I'll answer it.
I mean, like I memorize lines and stuff like that, obviously, and other than that, I just kind of don't do much because it kind of like works itself out when you're in the environment, and everybody else is such great. The performances from everyone else are so great that I really just have to respond and react to everybody. And if I rehearsed things and like tried to prep for things, I think it would come off as not authentic because I'm not working opposite them. I'm doing all the work on my own, and it wouldn't match with everybody. So it kind of, I think all the work was pretty much done for us when we did casting, and everybody just did a really strong job. So.
How about you, Chad? I know you don't necessarily get scared, but you still have a lot.
Well, he might later, just saying.
Right.
It's a possibility.
Who knows? Yeah, well, for Beckett, I mean, it's mainly, I think I had to have I personally wanted to have a total understanding of just his motivation for everything, and then kind of twist that around and sort of physically get into a state of almost hysteria, to where then once we were rolling, just all that pent up frustration just came out, you know, in the lines. And I agree with Cherami too, like knowing the lines is like, you got to have them just where you're not even thinking about it, because then you're too in your head. So they need to just come out, and almost to where, you know, I relate it to like when if you listen to like an album every time, like for a long time, then when you hear one of the songs later, you think the next song's gonna be that.
Yeah,
song,
no, it's true.
You know?
It's very true.
And that's kind of what lines are like. It sounds weird if you don't say the right line. It doesn't come out, you know. So it's just kind of, I think that's the key, is to be really off book, you know. And my dinner's here. So, yeah, and then physically get kind of worked up. So.
Yeah, I agree with them. I think that obviously knowing the lines is the first step, and then once you're in there, thankfully we had such an amazing cast that it was so easy just to play off of them.
Yeah.
That I just all I had to do was come in and know the lines, and the rest was just there.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
And really just putting, you know, yourself in the character situation and just running with it and seeing what happens is really the best way to prepare.
It's kind of just a terrifying situation to see people that you, I mean, because we're all friends with the cast.
Right.
So seeing your friends covered in blood, acting like they're dead or dying, it pretty much does all the work for you.
Right. It's a very, even if it's not real,
it's a mind trip.
Very real.
Yeah.
So, and like when I saw a couple people, like when I would come in to do my scenes if I wasn't in the scenes, like you and Lindsay had just finished working on something, and like just to see you guys walk out of that, I was like, what happened in there? They look like they were tormented. Like it was very scary. So,
well, you'll just see.
I will see.
Well, that was a great question. Thank you, Marco.
Yeah.
You may ask you that one.
Well, we have one more for all of us.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, down the list
Okay.
if we're writing for you.
Yeah.
This is for all of us, and
Okay.
this is from Amy.
Hi, Amy.
And she asks if we are ever actually scared.
Mhm. Yep. I was scared in the gym. I have to shoot like later on, a couple days later. We shot everything in 3 days. A couple days later, I had to do a scene where I was coming out of the gym. If I ever got out of the gym. Whoops. But yeah, being in the gym.
We don't know.
We don't
She
know.
may not have come out.
I'll just say, I mean, the lights were off, and it was me in the gym by myself, and they locked the door. You could only open it from the outside, so they had to keep it slightly ajar. And then they were like, no, close it all the way. And I'm hearing all, like, you know, you've been in a gym where there's nobody in there, you just hear, like, gym noises and everything's creaky and stuff. And I was like, I'm officially scarred. I don't think I could be in a gym by myself, especially when it's dark. It was terrifying, and I could not get out of that room fast enough. And I told them that
funny.
every time. Like, I was like, are we rolling? Please tell me when we're rolling, because I'll close the door. But not until we're, like, officially going, because I'm not doing this. It was terrifying. So, yeah. But that definitely helped in preparation for being alone in the gym by myself.
Did you get scared up in the ceiling? Besides the cockroaches? And...
Well,
Ew, gross.
yeah, there was, as you know, I'm not giving anything away because you know that we were going to hide in the ceiling. And one take, I did have a huge, and I'm not like scared of roaches because they can't really hurt you, but when they're huge and they're on you, that just is creepy.
Yeah.
So we were doing the take, and I felt little legs
Are you serious?
crawling, and I was like, and so I didn't want to, you know, I was like, I'm not going to cut because that's just lame, you know. So I did the scene, and they called cut, and I looked down, and he's like looking at me.
Oh!
Like little tentacle things. I'm like, ah!
Wow.
So that was
And we're done. Gross.
that was a little, you know, and of course the room's very dark, and you're in a kind of a tight space, so that's, you know, but it all helps. Like Cherami said, it all helps you get into character and be that, you know.
Because it would happen. But every time that we're doing a scene where, like, Beckett is coming and we're running and, like, everything's pretty loosely blocked, I would say, so that, like, we kind of don't know what the other person's going to do. And we have a game plan. If one actor does this, the other actor does this, and then it's reversed. So you really have to pay attention. But after a while, like, every time I would hear Chad coming down the hallway, even if we weren't rolling, I was like, oh, where am I supposed to go? No, we haven't blocked this yet, never mind. So, yeah, it's good.
And I guess you're never really scared because you were the tormentor, so.
He's scary.
Yeah, no,
I guess you weren't really, really scared in real life. Maybe.
No, not physically, no. Emotionally, maybe.
Yeah, well, emotionally he
I was
was
scared for my
he was
future.
scarred.
This question is for Rebekah. If you had a chance to be in the shoes of any other actress, who would it be and why?
And this was from
Sorry.
Jody. Jody,
Elf Ninja!
that's a hard question, and it's down here.
Oh.
Sorry. It's a hard question and a really good one. There are so many actors or actresses that I would love to be in their shoes at this moment. I guess one I would say, which is kind of weird because she's a lot younger than me. Dinner again.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're really hungry over
Yeah, you know us.
It would be Saoirse Ronan. if you guys, I don't know if you know who she is, but she was in like The Lovely Bones.
Yeah.
Atonement. She was nominated
She's
for
great.
Best Supporting Actress. She just did Hannah, but she's awesome. I think she just does, every movie she does, she's completely different. She always does different accents. Like, she's Irish, but you wouldn't even know it.
Yeah, no.
She always challenges herself with, you know, really challenging roles and really just puts herself out there. And I really respect her. And she has a lot of great movies coming up. So she was one that I would really definitely love to be in her shoes.
What was the best part about being a part of Throwing Stones?
I would say the best part about it would be the cast. I think just working with you guys has been, and everyone else that's not here, has been a dream come true. And just being able to be with people that are so in the moment that you just can't help but be in the moment too. Like, there's no acting, really. It's not, there's no false, it's just real, and it helps you just feel real, and it's just been an amazing opportunity. Plus, everyone has been so nice, and they're all so supportive, and if you need help getting to a certain place, you know, Cherami and I were behind, you know, like, it's before they would call action, we were like getting ourselves to each other, crying mentally there, and it's just, you can't always find people that are willing to do that with you.
Yeah, no, that's very true.
So it's just really been a blessing, and I would say the cast has just been amazing.
And everybody works when even when the camera's not even on them.
Yes.
Which
Yes.
sometimes you'll find some actors that are like, I don't want to use this energy until it's my close-up.
Right.
And that always frustrates me because, like, but this project was not that way.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's like, you know, we all have to get there for each other, and it was a team effort, so it's, you know, it's awesome.
Yeah, that was a really good point. So.
That was also from Jody. And then her
Yes.
last question is to you. You did an incredible job on the episodes so far.
Thanks, Jody.
How do you prepare yourself for that much screaming and shouting?
Everybody always thinks that I'm going to lose my voice after screaming all the time. I've always liked to scream, I guess, and it's random that in a bunch of projects that I've done, it always gets, there's like always a scream. And when I was 8, I was supposed to do a scream, and I asked the sound guy if he wanted me to go full force terrified scream, and he's like, yeah. I was like,
Okay.
Well, okay. And now my voice is a little bit deeper, so you can imagine it a couple octaves higher and a little more shrill with like no vocal strain whatsoever. And it was loud, and apparently the sound guy was like, oh, she did ask. She did ask. And I was like, so I scream all the time, and I do a lot of voiceover work where I guess I've learned to work through that, and I just have to make sure that get enough air and breathe through my diaphragm so I'm not like killing my voice. But yeah, no, it's fun. I like doing that. And then when I hear it, I'm like, that was loud.
Do you have to drink like a lot more water that day or anything?
No, I mean, well, lately I've been trying to drink at least like 80 to 180 ounces
Glasses?
of water a
Oh.
day. Yes, 180.
She's like, hold on, I'll be right back.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm just doing that to try to take better care of my voice. Probably should have done that before anyway, but you know, whatever. Better late than never.
Yeah, this is to all of us from Ashley Stewart.
Hi, Ashley.
You're not there. Oh yeah, there you are.
You're in there somewhere.
Any upcoming projects? So next question.
Chad, would you like to answer that?
Well, I'm doing the music for a film coming up here in about a month.
Awesome.
The director that directed this season of Throwing Stones,
John Keys.
John Keys.
Awesome.
He is awesome.
I'm going to be doing the music for his film Phobia. So
Oh, cool.
yeah.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
And Chad did the music for Throwing Stones,
Which is
if you guys don't know.
amazing.
And it's been incredible, so good job.
Thanks.
I
Sure.
really think it makes it more scary with music.
Oh, well, definitely. Cherami, do you have any upcoming projects?
Yeah, I have a film called Beyond the Farthest Star that's coming out in March. And then a film that I did a little while ago called Spilt Milk, which actually the guy who plays Nick in New Girl with Zooey Deschanel, he's in that film with me. And that's on iTunes right now. And yeah, I'm working on some other stuff that I'm not allowed to talk about just yet.
Oh, those actors.
I know! I did a film called Cry that I think we're getting a trailer in January and it should come out in a year. I don't know. There's some other things that are a secret. So when they become an unsecret, then I can share them.
You'll have to post a new.
Yeah.
We'll make a new video just talking about us. And,
Yeah, exactly.
What about you?
Well, I have a film I did in 2010 called House Hunting with Mark Singer and Art LaFleur that should come out this year. We have not gotten a release date yet, but I know they have distribution, so...
The trailer's great.
Sweet, yeah, it is really good.
Thank you. I do a lot of running in that film.
Again,
I like to run, I don't know. I did a film called I Am Gabriel last year that has John Snyder and Dean Cain, and that's coming out this year sometime. And another one called Curse of Babylon that's supposed to come out this sometime. It's like all these...
I know, no, they never give you any specific dates.
I know, I have that problem. There's so many films.
Whatever. It just takes years for them to come out.
Yeah.
So, and then I did a pilot in October called Fat Busters, and we're just waiting to hear if that's going to get picked up.
Cool.
So,
Yeah, cool.
if it is, then I'll do a lot of running in that. So.
Do you run a lot in that one too?
Yeah, I just do a lot of running.
Wow.
Fat Busters?
Yeah.
Cool. And this is also from Ashley. What's it like being on a set?
Or being on this set.
Being on set.
Or it could be a set.
Or any set.
Any set.
The set.
The one set. The set.
I love it personally. I mean, it's. You know, I think if you I mean. Okay. Yeah. No, like. I was gonna say my kids actually are interested in acting. I kind of told them. I mean, if you can do anything else, because it's such a tough business.
Do it.
Do it. But if it's something like to where you kind of live and breathe it anyway, and you can't get away from it, then being on the set is kind of like the the height of that, where you're, especially with an ensemble and and table reads and rehearsing and blocking and just all the experiences you have on a set. If that's what you love, it really is. It's pretty pretty cool.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that, like, you always, for me, just the feeling of being on the set and the whole vibe, that's, I mean, like, you get cast because you want to do a project, but it's not just the project, it's just like, I want to be on another set. And it's like, you gotta get your fix.
Yeah.
You sound crazy.
Oh, food. The food's always really good.
The food is good.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, especially, craft services, like,
Heck,
it's free,
yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
Well, and it's almost like a second home.
It
too.
totally
It's
is.
like you leave your home to go to another home where, a lot of people go to work that they hate, and unfortunately for us, we get to go to jobs that we love and literally just get to play all day with people that we love, and it's really cool.
And I think it makes up for the fact that, like he said, it is such a hard business that it doesn't happen all the time. Like, we're not on a set, like, every day.
Well, I gotta
of
go
our
because I
lives.
gotta go to a set.
Yeah. That's not the way it works. And sometimes you're really busy, and sometimes there's, like, nothing. So when you go, I mean, everybody's so happy to be there because everybody knows how rare it happens, so everybody appreciates it. So it's just a very, like, grateful, uplifting environment just because everybody honestly wants to be there. And
Right.
if they didn't, then they wouldn't have gone through the entire long process that an audition is.
Well, and just making whether it's a play or a movie or TV or whatever, just the whole idea of what you're doing bonds actors and crew and all that together in a kind of a different way than, some mundane thing you're having to do. It's like we're standing here just being, we're like pretending we're other people and saying these weird things and looking, right into each other's eyes and saying, just making
Bizarre
up,
things.
and then so yeah, it kind of bonds, there's a bond there with, that I think is kind of different.
Totally, I agree.
David, I don't have a last name, but
Yeah, he didn't have a last name.
he doesn't
Hi,
have a last
David.
name.
No, last name David.
You know who you are. Did Cherami, did you shed real tears?
I did, actually. There was a lot of tears going on. And I think there was one take where I talked to you about another film where I cried so much in that movie.
Yeah.
And they didn't take the takes where tears actually rolled down my face. It was always right before, and my eyes were like filled with tears. And I was like, it looks like I didn't cry. Like, it looks like I got to the point that I couldn't seal the deal. So it was like telling Chad. And so one take, he went like
It was
brushed
an
the
episode,
tear off my face.
The one we just saw where I moved like.
Yeah, you did.
And one of the takes, I just like took her tear. And, like,
And then he
See?
ate it.
See?
yeah. It was, yeah, that was.
He saved
they
it
were
for
real
later.
tears.
Saved it.
I
They were.
can attest to that.
Yeah, no, I
Saved it.
well, and cause sometimes,
It's in
you
my
know, they
pocket.
do give you like the
Right on my
option of fake tears, but just say no, because that's, you know,
Yeah, same with kids.
They hurt.
they do kind of hurt. Not
They
that we
blow
would know,
like
but
they blow stuff in your face, and it's like, I mean, I don't know how that could make somebody cry because you're just like,
It's
oh,
asbestos.
like
too.
that's it. They blow anthrax in your eyes.
Yeah, it works.
Rebecca
though.
was talking
It's
about
worth
like
it.
you just go to do the take and you're like,
yeah,
okay, let's do this.
pretty much. It looks
Yeah.
horrible. I don't know.
A little tears, a little blood. It's just. It looks good on camera. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Little color for your face.
Well, this question is to Chad from Corey. What kind of mindset do you have before you film a murder scene?
I'm pretending I didn't know that was going to be a question, but I'm actually. Yeah, for Beckett, I guess it'd be different for each character, but
Yeah.
like for Beckett, my main goal was to make in my mind it makes sense why I was doing this stuff, and I felt like I didn't want to indicate things and try to show like, well, here's what Beckett wants to do and that, but I had a very clear idea of why I was doing this, and I had a very clear relationship with each character. I had secrets as Beckett, how I felt about Robin, how I felt about your name. I can't. It's been so long now. Chrissy. I'm sorry.
The only reason he knows my name is because he just watched the recent 3 episodes.
I want to say Rebekah. Anyway, but and Tad, you know, Tom's character. I had these things in my mind that were just very specific about how I felt about them and kind of the relationship I wanted from them or could have or didn't have, how I felt about those characters. And so then in those scenes, I think it just, if you know all that as the actor, it just kind of, you know, it makes it more real. You don't have to show it to everybody, but it's there. And so then when it comes to killing one of them, then there's a reason. And I also didn't want it to just be like, he's a crazy madman and he's killing somebody. I had a specific reason for each one why I was going to go ahead and, you know, get rid of them. So.
Just, yeah.
Yeah.
Get
Alright.
rid of him.
Well, Rachel asks, is horror your favorite genre to be part of? Or what is your comfort zone? If you have one.
Me?
Yeah, it's to you.
I'm pretending again. I didn't know. Oh, it's.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh!
No, because this is really the first horror thing where I was really like, you know, where it was like a horror genre. I mean, I used to really enjoy just comedy, but it's, you know, there's certain things that go into booking comedy roles that has to do with your look and things like that I don't always have the right look for something like that, but, and I'm not funny. So there's, but
Whatever.
It's a lie.
those two things.
It is a lie.
But no, I used to. I think my most comfortable thing is just straight up, just drama, just you know, relational drama. You know, some of the shows like 30 something. You know, the old shows are 6 Feet Under, or like Parenthood now. Those are the kind of dramas that I really connect with as an actor.
I think comedy's really hard.
Yeah.
When you're talking
Oh
about
yeah,
that.
it's hard.
I think it's harder than drama in some ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
You
kind
have
of
to
just
be-
have to be in drama, and in comedy, everything's like
Right. You
you
have
gotta
to find the
you
beats.
rehearse that.
Yeah. Yep.
Was there anything else we want to say before we sign out?
Thanks for watching.
Yeah,
Yes.
thanks for watching.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and please continue to watch.
Because we'll do them again.
Yeah.
But if you don't watch them, we're not gonna do them again because we're gonna think like you don't like it.
Do them again. What do you mean?
Like these videos.
Oh, these. I was like, we're gonna do another what?
We're gonna do another season.
Yeah, we're gonna
Can
do
you?
season 2 again.
Yeah, redo season
Well,
2.
and if you watch, we want to do the feature that this is based on.
Oh yeah.
We would love to be able to do that. So it's important that you guys watch and support.
Yeah.
We
So
should
I
get new wardrobe for the feature though, because I don't know if I want to wear that again.
Yeah.
I don't know what she's talking about. But remember that the next episode comes out on dinner.
Yay!
We were really hungry. The next episode comes out on Tuesday, and then the next one Thursday. So make sure to watch. Thanks again, and we love you guys. Bye.
Bye.